I'm in high school and friends with nearly everyone in the school. When I found out my girl cheated on me the next day, everyone in the school, teachers included, played this at full volume. I was so shocked that people cared that much, I started to cry. Plot twist, he's homeschooled. Hello Redditors of the internet, Noblesy Not here, and welcome to r/ThatHappened, part 11. Let's get started. So, I took an Uber alone at 2 a.m. and when I got out, my Uber driver was like, "Have fun, get that D." And I said, "Hell yes, thank you," because I didn't have the heart to tell her I was being dropped at my mom's house because we have to wake up early to celebrate my dog's birthday. Wait, why do you have to wake up so early for your dog's birthday? For this next one, for those of you waiting for the next r/anti-MLM, here's a little bit of Hunbot BS, making up phone calls to get people in your MLM. Happy Tuesday! Here's a little story that brought so much happiness to my heart and is my why for what I do every single day. This morning, one of my friends who I've been helping on her mental wellness journey called me, and one of the first things she said to me was, "I could never thank you enough for all you've done for me, always helping me, giving me advice. You've encouraged me since day one and never given up on me. You continue to push me to be better every single day." If you don't have people in your life who will support, encourage, and are there to cheer you on, then go find those people that will. This new purple pill designed for weight loss is helping transform so many lives, and I get to be a part of it and see these lives changing day after day. Oh, so this turned into an ad about some purple magic pill, huh? If you're curious about what I'm doing over here at the Mental Wellness Company, tomorrow we're hosting a free online event talking all things mental, physical, and financial wellness. And we'll be sure to sell you a lot of stuff too. Come learn how you can start transforming your life. Send me a message or comment below for the link. We'd love to have you, yellow heart. How about no thanks and a moving on, alright? Everyone would have clapped, but they were all in handcuffs. Once my brother was babysitting me, and I handcuffed him to this massive, very heavy coffee table. I put the remote and some candy and the keys just out of reach before putting a televangelist on TV and going upstairs to play. He was about 11, and I was 6 or so. He was so mad, so mad. This reminded me of that with 67 upvotes. Oh, Reddit. For this next one, I would have taken the $500. Man finds $500 in his bank's ATM machine, but shocks the bank when he did this. And yeah, you don't need to say machine after ATM. The M literally means machine. Yesterday, I went to the drive-thru ATM at my bank. As I was putting my card in, I noticed where the money comes out of it, that there was money in it. I reached down and took it. It was $500. I drove around to the bank and took it in. I told the teller what happened and handed her the money. She wouldn't take it, and she called the manager over. He said, "What do you expect me to do with it?" I told him, "Well, maybe you could check and see who was the one right before me." He took my name and number. Today I received a call from him. He said it was a 3-way call and he had the owner of the money on the phone with us. Her name was Edith and she is 92 years old and she was taking the money out for rent. Her rent was $480 and she wanted to give me the $20 that was left for reward. It was all the money she had for the rest of the month. I told her absolutely not, and to have a great day. After I got off the phone, I got to thinking about it. $20 to last her the rest of the month. I called the bank manager and told him to transfer $200 from my account to hers. A coworker heard what I was doing and it gets cut off. Ah yes, another classic story of making yourself look like a hero on Facebook. Amazing. For this next one, and the whole room got up and clapped for you. Wow, I'm feeling accomplished. Just wanted to share an amazing and eye-opening experience I just had. I was at Burger King and saw a young boy, about 4 or 5. He was having a rough time waiting in line and for his food. It was when he came up to me and said hello that I knew I wanted to put a smile on his face. After I'd gotten my food, I went to my car and got an extra Pop-It and stuffed teddy bear. I went back inside and spoke with his parents first, of course, and asked for permission to give this young boy these items. Once I gave it to him, the smile that came to his face made my selfless decision worth it. Though the posting on Facebook, I'm sure, was not so selfless. His parents were absolutely shocked at his reaction to such simple items and stated, "You have no idea how much you made his day. For that reason alone is why I want to further my career as a teacher and be that positive difference in a child's life, even if it is as simple as giving them a teddy bear and Pop-It." For this next one, let me guess. The washer and dryer started clapping. I just went to buy a Samsung washer and dryer from a guy and he was asking $500. I told him I just had a kid and if he could take $400, I'd be really grateful. I got home, hooked everything up, and everything worked great. I opened up the dryer to check the lint filter and I was shocked. My $400 was sitting in there. I got a message from him saying, "Check the dryer, a gift for the new baby." Man, words cannot describe how grateful I am right now. With that emoji, oh my god, that face. I feel so blessed right now. I felt like I had to share. Big shout out to the man David. Thank you so much. And that, kids, is how money laundering works. Well, at least they weren't bragging about themselves being a hero this time around. Hey, if you're enjoying this, then why not hit that like button? If you want to see more, subscribe and hit that little notification bell, and comment if you have something on your mind. For this next one, yeah, somehow I don't think that happened. My mom is really insecure about her Uber rating, so I just heard her call Uber corporate and say, "I just don't get how I have a 4.7 and my daughter has a 4.9. My daughter is thrown up in 2 Ubers. How is her score higher, LMAO?" I'm not sure who cares about their Uber score unless they're a driver. For this next one, apparently the dentist has also become a therapist. My dentist once told me that letting go is like pulling a tooth. When it was pulled out, you're relieved. But how many times does your tongue run itself over the spot where the tooth once was? Probably 100 times a day. Just because it wasn't hurting you doesn't mean you didn't notice it. It leaves a gap and sometimes you see yourself missing it terribly. It's gonna take a while, but it takes time. Should you have kept the tooth? No, because it was causing you so much pain. Therefore, move on and let it go. That's a friggin' deep dentist visit. Is your dentist also your therapist? Your dentist should quit being a dentist and become a philosopher. My dentist just tells me I need to floss more. For this next one, teacher said I vibrate. Once I had a teacher hold me after class, I thought I was in trouble. Instead, they asked me, "Do you notice or feel that you vibrate on a higher frequency than others?" I was so taken aback, but also validated. I know I'm different, and that was a positive way to put that. That's cool. My teacher just tells me I'm gonna be nothing in life, LOL. Amazing, you can just feel the vibrations and positive energy in this one. This next one has 6,000 plus followers on Instagram, yet only manages to get 2 or 3 likes per photo. Something suspicious going on here. Today, 3 girls stumbled into the salon. Walk-ins. I help them and they are asking questions and I give them my IG handle. They all freak out. OMG! You're this influencer? We were looking for you. That makes me feel whole. Did you buy followers? Because if you have 6,000 of them and you're only getting 2 or 3 likes. And now a former DoorDash quote hobbyist shares detailed formula for 100% tipping policy but wonders if she's generous enough. Am I in the wrong laughing emoji? I did DoorDash for a while but had to stop due to just having a baby. Kids are demanding and can't make much time for DoorDash because I did it as a hobby when I'm bored. So I tip like fairly well. When it's a $5 order, I tip $7 plus. If it's a $20 order, I tip $20 plus. If it's a long distance, of course I'm gonna give them the amount of the meal and a little extra. Small distance, I give the amount of the order plus a few extra dollars. I just placed an order and the amount came out to $22.50. So I tipped them $22.50 because it's just 3 roads down. Altogether, I really spent $45. Dude called me and said the pay for my run was crap and passed my order to someone else. Like, WTF? Like, man, I wish someone tipped the price of their meal to me while I was doing it. Did DoorDash take part of the tip? Was he just greedy? I'm really confused, because I thought it was a good tip for a run that's just 3 streets over. With 3 crying emojis. Wait, what are you ordering that your total comes out to only $5? A nice humble brag there, saying you tip 100% and more. We ran into Marietta last night and we went in a store. An older gentleman held the door open for us as we passed and I told him thank you. He said, "Believe it or not, young lady, there still are men that hold the door open for women." I replied, "And there's still women who appreciate it. I, for one, am one of those." And there still are women who appreciate a man opening their car door, helping them with their coats and paying for dates. He just smiled and said, "That is so refreshing to hear from a classy young woman such as yourself." So men, yes, women love these things and don't let certain movements tell you otherwise. And women, teach your young ladies that if they don't have a man that does these things, find one. It does make a difference. And to the older gentleman that called this middle-aged gal and classy young woman, thank you, happy face. This long-ass post because a guy held a door open for you. This next one is definitely cap. In college, I took my too young high school-age younger sister to a party. I look over and a couple guys have her cornered. As I'm heading in that direction, she points at me and says, "See that big guy? I live with him." They were immediately very scarce. Scarce. Nice spelling there, buddy. Today on Fake Celebrity Last Words, Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs died a billionaire at 56 years old, and these were some of his last words. "I reached the pinnacle of success in the business world. In some others' eyes, my life is the epitome of success. However, aside from work, I have little joy. In the end, my wealth is only a fact of life that I'm accustomed to. At this moment, lying on my bed and recalling my life, I realize that all the recognition and wealth that I took so much pride in have paled and become meaningless in the face of my death. You can employ someone to drive the car for you, make money for you, but you cannot have someone bear your sickness for you. Material things lost can be found or replaced, but there is one thing that can never be found when it's lost: life. Whichever stage in life you are in right now, with time, you will face the day when the curtain comes down. Treasure love for your family, love for your spouse, love for your friends. Treat yourself well and cherish others. As we grow older and hopefully wiser, we realize that a $300 or a $30 watch both tell the same time. You will realize that your true inner happiness does not come from the material things of this world. Whether you fly first class or economy, if the plane goes down, you go down with it. Therefore, I hope you realize when you have mates, buddies, and old friends, brothers and sisters who you chat with, laugh with, talk with, have sing-songs with, talk about north, south, east, west, or heaven and earth, that is true happiness. Don't educate your children to be rich, educate them to be happy. So when they grow up, they will know the value of things and not the price. Eat your food as your medicine, otherwise you have to eat medicine as your food. The one who loves you, you will never leave you for another. Because even if there are 100 reasons to give up, he or she will find a reason to hold on. There's a big difference between a human being and being human. Only a few really understand it. You are loved when you are born, and you will be loved when you die. In between, you have to manage. The 6 best doctors in the world are sunlight, rest, exercise, diet, self-confidence, and friends. Hashtag powerful. Wow, I'm sure his very last word was a hashtag. So powerful. This next one, ironically, was on a post on this sub. Asked him if it was a copy pasta, and he said, "You're doing it wrong." Ha, once you're 50 plus years old and have a tool belt, the best place to date women is Home Depot. Women just walk around and they're looking for dudes in the mood, me, to come over and fix her stuff. I usually just float around the return desk. You can get some good deals on divorced women. Just look for the ones holding a faucet or P-trap. They're the worst. I just walk up to them and say, "I'd fix that for a home-cooked meal," and a look at that ass. They even have a dating desk right as you go in the door. That old guy in the orange vest directing people to what area they need to get parts. Every Monday I bring him a large coffee and 2 donuts. When some 50-plus-year-old woman asks, "Do you know anything about?" he says, "Hey, it's your lucky day. My friend Jim, who just happens to be there, me, is retired and knows all about that." I've been fully retired and semi-married for 3 years now. New wife every 3 to 5 days. The only men I talk to anymore are my Viagra doctor and the guy at the front desk at Home Depot. I'm getting to the point where I'm gonna have to hire an ugly high school kid to do the work because all the home-cooked meals I can barely fit under the sink. If I can't screw that weight off, nobody can. Ah yes, a doctor specifically for Viagra. All he does is prescribe that stuff, nothing else. For this next one, thanks Kevin. This one time when I was 7, I thought that I could talk to trees because I had no friends, and I used to sit by them and say things, and one day I was talking to my tree friend called Kevin, and this girl went up to me and said, "Are you talking to that tree, freak?" And I started crying and hugged onto the tree, and while she was laughing, one of the branches fell on the girl's head. Thanks Kevin. For this next one, time for a little game. Let's play a round of Guess That Subreddit. National Steal Something from Workday is April 15th. McDonald's tweets, "Can I get, I worked at your store in Sussex for 3 years and stole over 10,000 pounds from the register without anyone noticing. This one's easy, it's gotta be r/anti-work, right? For this next one, there are way too many of this type of stuff on Snapchat. Drawing strangers' reactions. I painted a stranger. She cried and wanted a date. Wow! And Weary Wand 192 says, I'm convinced that Snapchat is created by aliens to test where the edge of human rationality is. That's why Mark Zuckerberg wants to own it. Is that guy even human? For this next one, he got up and left in defeat. He shut up so quick. I'm a white male to female trans. I was in the hospital watching TV with an older black man. We were deciding what movie to watch next, and he chose Meet Me in St. Louis, a movie from the 1940s. He says, let's watch a movie from when men were men and women were women. Without missing a beat, I fired off, yeah, back when black people couldn't be on TV, right? He just froze and then got up and left after a short, awkward moment of defeat. Ding, ding, ding goes the trolley. For this next one, nothing like bragging about others' innovative practices that never happened anyways. My roomie brought a boy home at 3 a.m. and the first thing she did was make him fix her broken garage door and our blown fuse. She's a true innovation queen. Wow, that's what counts as innovation nowadays? And now, a dorky math teacher realizes he's asexual during class thanks to high school students. He's so valid, even though OP insults him throughout the entire post. Right, so today in class my math teacher, a human who is taller than our door and probably more awkward than it, casually mentioned how he isn't married and how he never really felt attraction to any gender. So a pan girl in my class puts up her hand and asks if he was asexual. One confused state and 3 queer people explanations later, he was beyond excited to find out that he was valid and seen as an actual human to the LGBT community. I shit you not. My way too tall and way too smart and way too dorky and way too awkward maths teacher lived his entire life thinking that he was strange and abnormal for not feeling any attraction to anyone. And a class of insane grade 11s changed that. For this next one, that's one smart kid. We forbid our 5-year-old to play computer games except educational. He wanted to play The Sims, said it was too adult. He taught himself programming, language, rewrote the code, removed the adult content, and showed us. To say we weren't blown away is an understatement. He got to play. Wow, this 5-year-old is a genius! Next thing you know, EA hired him at the age of 6. For this next one, oh honey, that totally didn't happen. Well, I placed a mobile order for Starbucks, and when I got to the door, a group of 3 teenagers and a mom were coming out, so I held the door for them and one looked at me and said, "Are you Morgan?" A little confused, I said yes. They all 4 doubled over laughing, and one said, "OMG, we were just making fun of how much food you ordered. Your name is on a lot of stuff up there." For this next one, OP shoved a lady off a train and left a child all alone. Proceeds to bash feminine women in the comments, describing them as pleasure dolls. Wow. So this happened when I took the train to school today. I'm a stocky built tomboy. I like loose sporty clothes, baseball hats, and to keep my hair short and tied back. I'm not your stereotypical doll that society wants. So in other words, you're not like other girls. Gotcha. So I'm just sitting on the train, right? Minding my own business and scrolling Reddit on my phone. Then, this woman from the other side of the train car came up and told me that I needed to act and dress like a proper lady, because I was setting a bad example for her daughter. Her daughter who's obviously a teen and dresses like a normal girl, right? I just looked at that lady and told her to frick off, mind her own business. She got angry and started screaming and cussing at me, saying I was a disgrace. Yeah, and I'm already depressed enough. And a whole bunch of other crap about how I needed a change to be a part of accepted society, that I was gonna be nothing but useless for a solid 5 minutes, and we were approaching the next station. The doors opened, and I shoved her off with my forearms, making her land on her ass, told her to go F herself, and she was so dazed she didn't get up and on a train before the doors closed, but she did get up and started banging her fists on the doors trying to open them as the train moved. I just flipped her the bird and watched as we left the station, so she was left at the stop with a bruised ass, and I turned to her daughter, who had her face in her hands, apologized to her, but said her mother deserved it, and then sat back down. I guess you felt like such a badass there, huh? I'll see if I get any grief about it tomorrow. You will, but I already was having a bad enough day and didn't need that lady's sexist shit. Edit. To clarify, I pushed her off with my forearms as she was in my personal space in a pandemic. I'm also autistic and was doing everything in my power not to punch her in the face, and I wasn't gonna listen to her screaming for the next 20 minutes until I got to my stop. I think I handled that well. Did you really though? Edit 2. Someone just gave me my first platinum. I honestly have no words. Thank you. Nice little award speech edit there. Okay, so maybe I could have handled it better, but like I've stated, she was screaming in my face, literally, for 3 minutes straight, and in a pandemic. She was insulting me, how I dress, how I am, and just tearing me down. I'm not gonna put up with that, and I just pushed her away. I wanted to punch her, but I didn't. I pushed her away from me. It just happened to be off the train. Bye! For this next one, and then everyone clapped, of course. I've been queuing inside this grocery store for more than an hour now. When the locals found out I was a journalist, they started shouting at other people in the queue to let me go in front, alongside the soldiers and militants here. A deeply humbling moment, but I declined, of course, because I am a humble person. And for this last one, oh my goodness, we have the Father of the Year. Now it's marked a certain way here, so let's see if Susan doesn't mess up my video. I watch my son's adult videos and pics on my iPad. My sons bring home a lot of women. They're just like their father, Big D's, and love getting laid. I get them live in one of our houses and they're always bringing women over. My sons are very good looking. One of them gifted me an iPad and it's connected to his phone, so every pic and video and message he takes, I see on my iPad. I love watching him give his D to these ladies. What the hell is wrong with you? You know what, I'm done here. I'm just gonna let Michael Jordan take over.
I'm Michael Jordan. Stop it. Get some help.
Anyway, I'd like to thank all of my patrons, especially Benjamin, Spoonie the Rogue, Kettle, and Cormetti, Bacon Cat, and a jury of jubilantly juggling Jerrys. You can join in the link below, and thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like. If you have something interesting to say, don't forget to comment. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe and hit the little notification bell. See you guys next time.